Before the rise of Islam in the 7th century, the Arabian Peninsula was home to a complex society, rich in poetry, trade, and tribal traditions. This period is known as Jahiliyyah, an Arabic term meaning the age of ignorance.
The term Jahiliyyah doesn't mean that pre-Islamic Arabs were without knowledge or culture. Rather, in the Qur'an and early Islamic writings, it refers to ignorance of divine guidance. A time before the revelation to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Historically, Jahiliyyah describes the centuries before about 610 CE, when Islam began in Mecca. Arabian society at the time was tribal. Loyalty to one's tribe, rather than to a nation or moral code, shaped identity, justice, and survival. Tribal conflicts were frequent, and long cycles of revenge could last generations. Yet these same tribes produced remarkable poets and storytellers who preserved history and values through verse. Poetry competitions at places like Ukaz market were highly respected, and the finest poems were hung in the Kaaba, known as the mu'allakat, or the hanging odes. Most Arabs of Jahiliyyah practiced polytheism, worshipping many gods and idols. The Kaaba in Mecca housed more than 300 idols, including those of major tribes. At the same time, some individuals, called Hanifs, sought the pure monotheism of Abraham, rejecting idol worship. There were also small communities of Jews and Christians in parts of Arabia, especially in Yathrib, later Medina, and the northern regions. Despite the harsh desert environment, Arabia was not isolated. It sat between great empires, the Byzantine and Sasanian, and became a crossroads for trade. Caravans carried spices, incense, textiles, and precious goods between Yemen, Syria, and beyond. However, deep social inequalities marked the era. The poor, orphans, and enslaved people often suffered under the power of the wealthy. Women had few rights. Female infanticide was practiced in some tribes, a tragedy later condemned in the Qur'an. By the early 7th century, many Arabs sensed moral and spiritual decline. Endless wars, corruption, and injustice. It was in this setting that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam received his first revelation in a cave near Mecca. Islam called people to abandon tribal arrogance and idolatry, and to worship one God, Allah, uniting all under a moral code of justice, mercy, and equality. The coming of Islam marked the end of Jahiliyyah, transforming Arabia's moral, social, and political landscape forever. Jahiliyyah was not just a time of ignorance, it was a world in search of truth. And from its sands rose a message that would change the course of human history.